Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at our field box that I custom made. I want to share with you a few tips and tricks that I learned along the way, as well as how to make some simple RC airplane wheel chocks. First thing you do when you get to the field is you set your plane down and a little gust of wind seems to push it off the table. So if you guys out there want to get you something nice, all power to you. But if you do want to keep it a little more budget friendly, it can be done. You'll see a lot of these old used toolboxes at garage sales that you can pick up nicely. This one I've had for years and use it for several other things before it was ever my field box. The first thing I want to show you is the foam that I glued down here. Now I use RTV silicone to glue these down, and it worked very well actually. They've stuck well. And this is, you can flip your plane over, making it so much more easier to plug in for all your bottom load planes like this Timber, the Cub. There's several out there. And give you guys a little closer look up of this foam. Again, this is off Amazon, some cheap sound foam that I got. As you can see, the center is a little taller and the back is even taller more because the tips of the airplane slope down a little bit, so it helps put the pressure on the back end of the fuselage. And we didn't block our handle, that way we could still use it. So diving right into this guy. Over here on the right hand side, we have our transmitter that came with my original Cub first airplane. And again, guys, this is just foam. It was leftover foam out of that batch. And you can cut this, slice it, and glue it in as far as you need. It's really worked well to tuck in that transmitter. Over here, we kind of got basic screwdriver, Phillip, flathead, as well as a small Phillip and flathead. The vice grips I try to use as a last resort, but it is an easy go-to for a lot of things. Set of Allens, the wheel chocks, which I will also going to show you guys later how to make those. They're pretty simple. A funny one here, an extra bind plug. I've never needed one in the field. However, I've been asked many times by other pilots to borrow it. It's got to have that guy, a few extra spare parts, battery servo checker, that guy comes in handy, extra batteries. These were fitting the old transmitter. And I like to have these really, especially these needle nose style pliers, really get in some tight places. All right, so going below deck. So this is something also that I made. This is a real windsock. It's not realistic to the winds you need to fly an RC airplane, but it also made a nice prop and I really liked it. It goes in this holder as so, and then gets mounted here on the side of the box, which I'll show you guys more later. Other things gotta have, lots of Velcro. I don't know why, I'm always Velcroing a battery to something. Duct tape, like I've never said that before. Spare props, I go through them. Some foam here. A lot of people like to tuck in their batteries with just some simple foam. The wheel chocks are kind of a funny story. I'm not a guy that's super into props, but when I bring my nice airplane to the field, I like to put a few cones around them just so people don't knock it over. Multiple kinds of glue. We got super glue, foam to foam glue. This stuff that I use all the time, the hinge tape, RC airplane hinge tape. That is good stuff. And as you can see, tons of owner's manuals that have never been looked at. But the next thing that I want to show you guys is my windsock setup. These are pieces of 1/4 inch all thread that you can purchase at any hardware store. Here at the bottom I have a bracket with a weld nut. You can simply screw these together a few turns and drop your windsock in. Now the windsock is more for looks, I will admit. However, if it is blowing hard enough to make it straight, that is a good indicator that it's too windy to fly. However, this string, this is like a fluorescent, real cheap marker tape. You'll see it a lot around construction sites, flagging things off. This stuff works great for wind indicator. And really, feel free to ask any questions on the stuff I did here down at the comments. Materials I used or why I did what I did. I'll be happy to answer those. And if you're enjoying this video, please take the time to subscribe down below. And last but not least, I'd like to show you guys my take on some simple RC wheel chocks.